One of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make wasn't actually leaving a job. You see, I have a history of quitting perfectly good jobs. And when I realized that was my pattern, the hard decision was in staying. In this video, I'll share why I think the real test of integrity isn't in leaving, it's how you stay. I've been on a bit of a personal metamorphosis journey the past decade or so, and I found myself in a role that no longer fit who I was becoming. My value system, authenticity, truth, alignment was screaming for change, but I chose to stay, not out of fear, but out of integrity. Because I learned that sometimes integrity isn't about walking away the moment it gets hard. It's about how you stay while you're preparing for what's next. On paper, that role looked perfect. The title, the salary, the stability. But inside, I felt hollow. Every meeting, every decision, there was a quiet whisper in my chest. This really isn't you anymore. I used to think that integrity meant always doing what felt good or authentic in the moment. But I learned that integrity can also mean honoring the commitments you've made to others, even when your spirit is ready to evolve. That season taught me something sacred, actually. There's integrity in honoring both truth and timing. Leaving then would have destabilized my family. So instead, I stayed, but with intention. I stopped performing the job and I started preparing. I began laying the foundation for what eventually would become my own work, teaching, helping others lead with consciousness. Integrity wasn't about pretending everything was fine. It was about showing up with honesty and grace, doing the job I was hired and being compensated to do, while quietly building a life that aligned with who I was becoming. For a long time, I believed integrity was moral perfection, never bending, never compromising. But real integrity is wholeness. It's bringing your choices, your words, and your values into alignment, even when life feels divided. Sometimes that means staying, sometimes that means leaving, but always it means telling yourself the truth. When I stopped judging my choices and I started listening to them, I realized I was exactly where I needed to be, not forever, but for now. And that realization changed everything. That period refined me. It strengthened my resolve and softened my very strong ego. It taught me patience to let divine timing unfold. It taught me compassion for people still finding their way, including myself. And it deepened my belief that leadership is about alignment, not applause. Integrity doesn't guarantee comfort, but it does guarantee peace. Today, when I teach conscious leadership, I remind my clients integrity isn't just something you practice. Every choice, every conversation, every crossroads. Maybe you're standing in a season like that right now, where what you value and what you're living doesn't quite match. If that's you, you're not out of integrity just because you haven't made the leap yet. And quite honestly, you may not need to leap. That isn't for everyone. Not everybody needs the wrecked resume like I had. Integrity isn't perfection. It's staying true even when it's hard, even when no one sees the cost. If you're ready to explore how to bring your leadership and your life back into alignment, let's talk. Click the link below to schedule a conversation. Together, we'll explore what living in integrity looks like for you and how to honor both your truth and your timing. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a powerful day.